From the moment we learn to write, we long to receive a letter, a tangible connection in a digital age. But what if that letter promised not joy, but fear? Today we delve into the eerie world of mystery letters that have changed lives forever. Letters that arrived with no return address, bearing messages that defied logic and reason. Prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown, where every word could be your last. We begin with the tale of a small town terrorized by an anonymous message, a haunting letter that whispered of unspeakable horrors. Imagine a crisp autumn morning, the kind where mist clings to the ground like fear itself. The residents of Silent Hollow, a town seemingly untouched by time, went about their routines, unaware that their peace was about to shatter. The postman, Edgar, shuffled down his route. He delivered letters that spoke of everyday joys and sorrows, each one a tiny window into the lives he knew so well. But on this day, nestled among the mundane, was an envelope that sent a chill down Edgar's spine. It was addressed to the entire town, the name Silent Hollow scrawled in uneven, almost frantic handwriting. There was no return address, no stamp, as if it had materialized from the very air itself. Intrigued and unnerved, Edgar took the letter to the town's gathering place, the Rusty Lantern. The air inside was thick with the aroma of coffee and anticipation. As he laid the letter on the counter, a hush fell over the room. Old Man Hemlock, his face a roadmap of time and wisdom, carefully opened the envelope. Inside, on a piece of yellowed parchment, was a message scrawled in the same unsettling hand. Beware the whispers in the night, for they herald the arrival of shadows. At first there were nervous chuckles, attempts to dismiss the letter as a prank, but as days turned into nights and the whispers began, the laughter died in their throats. They came on the wind, rustling through the trees, faint murmurs that seemed to speak of unspeakable things. Then the disappearances began. It started with young Emily Carter, last seen playing in the woods on the outskirts of town. She vanished without a trace, her laughter swallowed by the very whispers that had haunted their nights. Then it was Mr. Thompson, the town librarian, a man who lived among the stories now echoing their darkest fears. Panic gripped Silent Hollow. The letter, once a source of unease, became a terrifying prophecy unfolding before their eyes. The townsfolk, once a tight-knit community, now eyed each other with suspicion. In the heart of a bustling city, far from the quiet terror of Silent Hollow, lived a young woman named Alice. A dreamer at heart, she filled her days with words, her fingers dancing across the keyboard, weaving tales of love, loss, and the mysteries that lay between. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across her cluttered desk, Alice received an unexpected package. It was a small, unassuming box, wrapped in plain brown paper and tied with twine. There was no return address, no indication of who had sent it. Curiosity piqued. Alice carefully unwrapped the package, her fingers trembling with a mixture of anticipation and unease. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, lay a single folded note. The paper was yellowed with age, the edges brittle to the touch. As Alice unfolded it, a faint musty scent wafted up like the forgotten corners of an ancient library. The message, written in elegant cursive, sent a chill down her spine. Beware the words you write, for they hold the power to shape destiny. Alice brushed it off as an elaborate prank, a writer's attempt to spook a fellow wordsmith. But as the days passed, the note lingered in her mind, a persistent whisper in the back of her thoughts. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, that the words on the note held a deeper, more sinister meaning. Then, the accidents began. It started small, almost unnoticeable, a dropped coffee mug, a stubbed toe, a near miss while crossing the street. But with each passing incident, the unease in Alice's heart grew. The words of the note echoed in her mind, a haunting reminder of the power they seemed to hold. As the accidents escalated, so did Alice's fear. A car accident left her shaken but alive, the wreckage a mangled testament to the danger she couldn't explain. A fire broke out in her building, forcing her to flee with nothing but the clothes on her back and the cursed note clutched tightly in her hand. Driven by fear and a desperate need for answers, Alice delved into the history of the note. She scoured antique shops and libraries, her search leading her down a rabbit hole of ancient rituals, forgotten lore, and whispered tales of cursed objects. She learned of a secret society that believed words held immense power, a power that could be harnessed and manipulated for good or evil. Alice realized with growing horror that the note was not a prank but a warning. High in a secluded mountaintop observatory, Dr. Thomas Ashton dedicated his life to unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. Surrounded by telescopes and star charts, he spent his days and nights studying the celestial tapestry. One evening, as Dr. Ashton tracked a distant galaxy, he noticed something peculiar. A faint pulsating light appeared on the edge of his vision, a rhythmic flicker that seemed to defy the natural order. Intrigued and unnerved, Dr. Ashton adjusted his instruments, his heart pounding with a mixture of curiosity and fear. As he focused on the anomaly, the faint light intensified, resolving into a series of coded pulses. Dr. Ashton initially dismissed the signals as interference, a product of faulty equipment or atmospheric disturbances. But as he delved deeper, he realized the pulses followed a distinct pattern, hinting at an intelligence beyond our world. Driven by a thirst for knowledge, Dr. Ashton dedicated himself to deciphering the message. He spent countless hours analyzing the data, racing to make sense of the alien code. As he pieced together the fragments, a chilling realization washed over him. The message was a warning of an impending cosmic event threatening to unravel space-time. It spoke of a rogue black hole, a celestial predator consuming everything in its path. According to the warning, this entity was on a collision course with Earth and its arrival was imminent. Dr. Ashton faced an impossible choice: reveal the terrifying truth or remain silent and watch humanity meet its doom. Torn between his duty to warn the world and the fear of inciting panic, Dr. Ashton sought counsel from his colleague, Dr. Evelyn Wright. He presented her with his findings, the data, and the chilling translation of the alien message. Dr. Wright initially met his claims with skepticism, but as she examined the evidence, her skepticism gave way to a growing sense of dread. The data was irrefutable. The threat was real. Together they grappled with the implications of the warning, torn between their responsibility to humanity and the potential chaos from revealing such a terrifying truth. They knew time was of the essence. The black hole's arrival was imminent, and every moment brought humanity closer to oblivion. They had to act swiftly but strategically, finding a way to inform the world without causing widespread panic. Their first step was to confirm the alien message's validity. They reached out to colleagues, sharing their findings and requesting independent verification. To their horror, their colleagues' observations corroborated their findings. The threat was real. The world was on a collision course with a cosmic nightmare, and time was running out. As the reality sank in, a profound sense of despair settled over Dr. Ashton and Dr. Wright. They knew they had to act, to warn the world, even if it meant facing disbelief, ridicule, or being silenced by those in power. The letters, the notes, the whispers from the void, they serve as chilling reminders that some secrets are better left buried. The protagonists of our stories faced their fears, grappling with the unknown, forever marked by the messages they received. Remember, some letters are better left unopened. Stay safe and keep your eyes open for the unknown. The line between reality and nightmare is thin, and sometimes all it takes is a single fateful message to shatter it completely. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling stories. The darkness is vast, and it holds many secrets waiting to be unearthed.